gentlemen, now we are starting our session. Thank you. Okay, let's start. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our session that named Evaluation of Space Industry and New Business Opportunities in Emerging Space Countries. As the space agency of Azerbaijan, Azercosmos, me and my colleagues are here to present our country's space industry evolution in our countries and new business opportunities in our country as well. We are talking our talking points that dedicated to today's session. Welcome everybody. It's a great opportunity to meet here today. Firstly, I want to turn my microphone to my colleague Dunay Badirkhanov. Dunay Badirkhanov is our vice chairman at Azercosmos, and he will introduce and highlight the main key points about space industry, the evaluation of space industry in our country. Welcome, Dunay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe today's meeting will remain a good conclusion in our mind while covering different parts of the space industry. Looking at our world today, we have witnessed how science and technology have changed the face of everything over the past 50 years. Now the space is a great power. The satellite industry is an integral part of the science and technology and communication chain as well. Today, a very small number of countries manufacture space vehicles, and more than 60 countries operate at least one satellite. Azerbaijan is an active member of the World Space Club as of year 2013 after launching the first of its 3 satellites. In Azerbaijan, we are striving to transfer our country into one of the driving forces of the global space industry by delivering cutting-edge satellite solution for a better connected, developed, and secure world. Now, Azerbaijan is a reliable partner, able to investigate new horizons and to enlarge cooperation with the global space industry. Factually, Azerbaijan has a long history of space industry, which dates back to the 70s of the last century. By the initiatives of the national leader of Azerbaijan, Heydar Aliyev, Baku, the capital city of that, successfully hosted the 24th International Astronautical Congress back in 1973. It's the only city to have hosted this event in the Soviet Union. Back then, this event served to lay the foundation for Azerbaijan's space industry. Just a few moments after the Congress, the Caspian Scientific Center, predecessor organization of the National Aerospace Agency, was established. Azerbaijani scientists and engineers were responsible for the design and manufacturing of many instruments that were used for the Soviet space program. Renaissance of the Azerbaijan space sector started in 2008 when His Excellency President Ilham Aliyev issued a decree on establishing space industry in Azerbaijan. Following this, in 2010, by establishment of the Azercosmos as a premier satellite operator in Caucasus, our country launched telecommunication and Earth observation satellites into orbit and established primary and backup ground control centers. And in a decade, Azercosmos have managed to develop in so many different ways, starting from providing global community with advanced telecommunication services, including video data and teleport over Azerspace 1 and Azerspace 2 satellites, Earth observation services and value-added products and solutions over Azersky satellite, and ending with international cooperation and research and development activities. For the purpose of conducting scientific research in the field of space, the research and development team of Azercosmos is developing various software for the management of satellites, conducts research on automatic recognition of objects, and change through systems built on AI solutions and related systems. As a space agency of Azerbaijan, Azercosmos will take an active role partnering with industry from the transport, communications, and various different sectors, and of course space sector, to develop joint strategies. Space Agency of Republic of Azerbaijan and other space entities in our country are participants in various international and regional organizations, federations, and agreements where various countries work together in order to build a better world using space technologies. Being a member state of UN Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space, COPOS, Azerbaijan uses its space resources for the peace, security, and development. As a country, we are delighted to be the fast-evolving part of the global space ecosystem and contribute to the development of this sector for the benefit of the world, either by eliminating the digital divide or connecting communities or by providing solutions for safer and more sustainable world. Young independent Azerbaijan chose to become an active member of the World Space Club. Starting with commercial activities, we later expanded international cooperation to become a more active member of the International Astronautical Federation. I'm proud to say that due to the efforts we have secured together with our partners to host IAC in our region, exactly half a century after the previous event. Our host city, Baku, is in great geographical location as a juncture of the Europe-Asia, easily accessible, modern yet historic capital city, welcoming and multicultural, secure and rising tourism members. Moreover, our capital city, Baku, became an emerging business events hub. That's thanks to its unique location, rich historical and cultural heritage, modern infrastructure, and its hospitality. Now Baku is preparing for the biggest event that has hosted so far in midst of international participants. Our capital city, Baku, has all required infrastructure and successful record of hosting more than 50 global events over the past few years, such as the Eurovision Song Contest, first European Games, fourth Islamic Solidarity Games, European Youth Olympic Festival, the European Football Championship Euro 2020, Formula One Azerbaijan Grand Prix, yearly now. The 24th IAC in Baku will be a chance for the International Astronautical Federation to engage with new audiences and to write a new chapter in the history of the space industry. Thank you again for inviting me to be part of this series. We'll follow your activities and we'll feel very happy to participate in them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dunay. Thank you, Dunay, for the covering all aspects and a general overview of our space industry in our country, as well as you mentioned that about IAC Baku in 2023. We will host this event as a successor of this IAC session, sequences, let's say that. Now moving along to our next speaker, my colleague, Natavan Hasanova. She is a strategy and a planning manager at our company. She will cover, hopefully, the strategical points of view of our country. Let's go, Natavan, your time.
Thank you, Fidan. Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be here and talking about our strategic development at Azercosmos. As my colleague Dunay Badirkhanov mentioned, we started as satellite operator back then in 2010, and over the 10 years period of time, we managed to operate 3 satellites, and it contributed to the socio-economic development and sustainable development of our country. The philosophy of behind those satellite project was to meet the needs of community, to meet the needs of people in terms of connectivity and in terms of other fields. I would like to say that the sustainable development goals that is presented and for us, it is to achieve them by 2030, and it is under the framework UN. We are a very active member of UNOSA, and I would like to talk about those initiatives that we are taking at Azercosmos and I want to capture them in three directions. The first is the quality of education. So we know that in order to achieve for the successful implementation of the projects, it comes through education and also research programs. When we started as satellite operator, we did some youth projects in terms of capacity building and also for space awareness. And we did it within the CSR, corporate social responsibility activities. We hold world-class competitions such as CANSAT, Acting Space Hackathon, and also NASA Space Apps Hackathons. I want specifically to mention the CANSAT Azerbaijan, which is satellite model competition, how it contributed to development of human capital in Azerbaijan. So when we started, several students from several universities participated at this competition. But last 3 years, we are pleased that over 400 students from 15 universities, they took part in a CANSAT satellite competition. And some of them now working at Azercosmos and pursuing their career in space fields. We think that in order to expand our strategy in terms of capacity building, we should, as space agency, to develop this direction further. For this one, it goes through the international cooperation with well-established space agencies, well-established institutions, and other organizations. Regarding socio-development of the country, we know that Earth observation is one of the important tools to achieve it, and we did several projects with our internal stakeholders, such as Ministry of Agriculture, Ecology, and also with the committee, cadastry, and other fields. Even we managed also to detect some leaks regarding water resources and other fields. And Earth observation is important tool also for our young enthusiasts and also for researchers, for PhD students to develop their papers using satellite data. Because we know that it is essential for policy for the policy making, because it is evidence-based policy making. For Earth observation, we said that it contributes to the socio-development goals presented by UN. The second direction I would like to mention, it is about law enforcement. So space law, to be specific. For emerging nations, it is important to develop space law that it will contribute to further attract different players, to create a sustainable ecosystem for the startups, and to have innovative minds and innovative projects in Azerbaijan. For this purpose, we did some works, and some works carried out in that sphere in order to develop space law, but we believe that there is much to do regarding space law enforcement, because it should be in line with the international framework, and it should be in line with other regulators. And for this purpose, we are also very open to have discussions with international institutions, well-established agencies, in order to develop our space law further and to benefit from the international experiences. The third direction I would like to capture is the partnership for the goals. It is also one of the UN's sustainable development goals. It is the 17th goal. Actually, we have covered some of them in regards to education, in regards to other fields. But I believe that at Azercosmos, we believe that it wouldn't be possible if we did cooperated with well-established space companies to launch our 3 satellites into orbit. We did it in cooperation with big space agencies, leaders, and our employees also benefited from the process in terms of transfer of knowledge, transfer of know-how, technical know-how to Azerbaijan. And now we are happy and we are very glad that all those satellites are being operated by our engineers, and they are successfully managing those projects. So international cooperation is very, as I said, it's very important for us. And all in all, I would like to also emphasize the role of geographic location of Azerbaijan. From the historical point of view, we know that Silk Road passed through Azerbaijan, and it is placed the crossroads between Asia and Europe, from between north and south. Various international transport corridors, trade, energy corridors pass through Azerbaijan, and now Azerbaijan is developing into an attractive hub for telecommunication as well. And the question is, why not to space? So for this purpose, we are very much open to discussion with international institutions to develop this sphere in Azerbaijan and make our countries, because it's our vision, to make one of the driving forces in the satellite industry. So this one, we are looking for partnerships with different established and developing nations agencies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natavan. It's so nice points that we are delighted to be a fast evolving of the global space ecosystem and contribute to the development of this sector for the benefit of the world, as well as your huge thanks for emphasizing about the via this project we can eliminate the digital divide and connecting communities, as well as you mentioned, by providing solution for safer and sustainable world. Yes, as a being of the regional hub, why not space industry? Thank you for mentioning this point. Now we are moving along to our next colleague, Fuat Aslanov. He is a business development director of our Azercosmos. Yes, Fuat?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to see you here. My colleagues have, I believe, already mentioned several important points about Azercosmos and Azerbaijan as a country. And we have been operating commercially since 2013. As you might know, our fleet currently consists of 2 telecommunication satellites and 1 Earth observation satellite. So we are a bit unique in terms of providing various services to different stakeholders in Azerbaijan as well as in the region. It is worth mentioning that we have been really successful at expanding our commercial operations into the region and even extending our geographical presence in many countries over various continents. So we currently have a stable customer base in Africa, Europe, Middle East, and Central Asia, which is, I believe, for a small satellite operator as Azercosmos can be considered as a big achievement. Today, more than 90% of our commercial revenue is being generated outside of Azerbaijan, and we are really proud in terms of providing a very high level of customer service and being very flexible with most of our partners and customers. So that really helps us in extending further our business activities in the region as well as in other on other continents. Obviously, I mean, we all know what the telecommunication services are and the Earth observation services are. On top of that, we are really trying to diversify the portfolio of our commercial activities, and we constantly try to engage in new partnerships with global space operators, and we are looking forward to providing new services, new solutions, which would make the life of many people in the world much easier. And basically, the idea is to make space more useful for everybody in the world, because there are so many applications that can support us in our daily lives, and that's very important to develop the connectivity globally, to manage preventing the various disasters that can happen anywhere at any moment. And we are really trying to be proactive in that sense, and we are working with many countries and governments in order to develop those programs for various areas. So also, as my colleagues mentioned, we are 100% operating our satellites from Azerbaijan, and we have a world-class main ground control station, which is really a state of art. And we are very proud that basically we provide the services not only to our customers, but also for third-party satellites. And currently there are already many companies who have showed an interest and are providing services using our facilities with 24/7 engineering support, very safe, well connected to the IP gateways. And we are looking to expand those activities to become a reliable partner for many space operators and high-tech operators in the region. Having been, as I said, having been certified with Tier 4 by WTA, I believe in our region we are one of the unique locations where you could find all the necessary infrastructure in order to build your customer service and providing operations. We are all interested in new space as well. We see that new space startups and companies are established all over the world. It's really growing. So Azercosmos wants to be part of that. So we really try to follow the global trends, and we are really interested in many new space initiatives. For further developing Azerbaijan as a space nation and developing the space ecosystem in the country, we think it's very important to be fast in terms of the decision making and be open to different new initiatives which are evolving every day. Obviously, we are trying to be efficient in terms of our activities, as well as being sustainable in terms of our commercial and in terms of our commercial activities as well. So I would like to thank you once again for being with us here, and we are welcoming you in Baku in 2 years from now, and we hope to have many more success stories by that time in order to share them with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Fuat, mentioning the Azercosmos market presence in Azerbaijan as well as in the neighborhood countries and the business development perspectives. Yes, we have finalized our speeches, and at the end, we would like to thank you to everybody that being participants of our session. As an emerging country and related to the space industries, we're very delighted to host IAC, such a magnificent and prestigious event in the space industry in Baku. We are waiting all of you in Baku in 2023. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for participating here.